Department on an unfortunately rainy morning. We're sorry about that. We couldn't organize that a little bit nicer, but we're glad to be inside, and what a place to be, right? In front of all these wonderful engines that help to keep us safe and also make our parade so much brighter and exciting in the course of the year. My name is Pete Bardunias. I'm Senior Vice President of Membership and Community Advancement for the Capital Region Chamber. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, staff, and volunteers and fellow members of the Capital Region Chamber, I want to congratulate Greenlight Networks on this wonderful occasion as we announce this new and exciting opportunity here for our community to get more connected. You know, building a stronger business community, that's what the Chamber is all about. That's why we're here. That's why we work so closely with our partners and with our businesses to work to bring in things that are needed, whether it be infrastructure, whether it be various types of programs or other help. Certainly during the COVID crisis, a lot of that has taken place. And one of the things that excites me, we were talking about it, people asked about things like tourism, right? You know, is Clifton Park a tourist destination? Well, I think it is, because we have things like the canals and stuff like that. But the word tourism is changing now. We have people that are coming here that aren't really traditional tourists. They're people that may be spending an extended period of time here for work, and they're working remotely. We have a remote co-working center just down the street. People work from their homes. People work from their hotel rooms. I did a Zoom yesterday from the front seat of my car, sitting in the middle of the Fisher Ferry Nature Reserve. So no matter what we do, we can communicate. And this opportunity here, although this is aimed at residential neighborhoods mostly, is going to make a big difference for our community because it adds connectivity, it adds the ability for us to do the things we need to do as a community in order to speak to each other and help each other and get what we need as we connect with that greater world out there. So I'm very excited to see that. I want to welcome Greenlight Networks here to my hometown, Clifton Park. Now, I would like to also talk a little bit about relationships between the business community. Do we have anything we have to do with that?
I can't do that.
No?
You can't turn it down.
No, I know you can. I just was hoping it wasn't like, you know, all hands or something.
Oh, no, you'll know.
Oh, okay.
If you hear the truck start, just move this way.
Yeah, I guess I hear you. Okay, just give me a hat and, you know, we'll go. So that's kind of one of the cool parts about this job, because we get to be out there right in the middle of, you know, the real thing as it's happening. And by the way, I did want to point out, I appreciate seeing that as somebody who had people down there in my family, thankfully we're safe, but you know, my grandfather was a paid firefighter out in Pennsylvania for his entire career, and the camaraderie that you folks all do, that really is something special. I'm always touched every time I see the firefighters out there, and I know that here you guys do it as volunteers, and that means even more, so just thought I would say that. I wanted to emphasize two partnerships, because we work together with the community, with the officials, and we also work together with other business groups to try to do what's necessary to support our business community. And I have a good friend of mine here who I want to ask you to come on up here, Tori. Tori Riley is a vice president with the Saratoga Economic Development Corporation. And I'm very proud that as the Southern Saratoga Chamber has gotten involved through our regional affiliations with the Capital Region Chamber and now the Center for Economic Growth, which is the region's economic development organization, we also are very pleased to work alongside the local economic development organizations here for Saratoga County. And what a better one to have than the one we have here, the Saratoga Economic Development Corp. So Tori, please say something.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me again. Congratulations, Greenlight Networks. We're very excited to have you. Dennis Grobston is the president of Saratoga Economic Development Corporation, and I've had the pleasure of working with him for over a decade. And this is no small battle. Expanding broadband has always been imperative. We've talked about it, and to have opportunities and competition just expands that. And I'd like to read a little message from Dennis, if you don't mind. Excuse me here for a second. And a little bit about SCDC. We are a private sector economic development corporation. We've worked in partnership with Saratoga County to provide a better life for Saratoga County residents. And we do that by retaining the businesses that are here, promoting Saratoga's quality of life, and attract and complementary businesses. We cannot do that without workforce. We cannot do that without happy residents that have infrastructure in place, that have the quality of life in place, that makes the main stable. Some of us were fortunate to be born and raised here. Some of us are fortunate to have found this gem and been welcomed in. So we do know that one thing for sure, and COVID has just accelerated that, broadband is essential. So on behalf of SCDC, we just want to say congratulations to Greenlight Networks and expanding into the town of Clifton Park and Saratoga County. We expect this initial growth in Clifton Park to spread to the rest of Saratoga County and Capital Region. Having another broadband provider, as I mentioned, allows for more choice and competitive situations that really do benefit everybody. Our business and job retention and attraction efforts are made easier with this expansion. SCDC appreciates Greenlight's efforts and wish them well as they serve our area. On behalf of SCDC's Board of Directors, our President, Dennis Brobston, and the team, thank you. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Tori, and please tell Dennis I said hi. He and I have been hanging out a lot lately, so it's good to hear from him. Our town supervisor, Phil Barrett, is a very forward-thinking leader and someone who's been a great partner working with the Chamber. We are proud to be Clifton Park's local chamber through our Chamber of Southern Saratoga County affiliate. And Phil, why don't you come on up?
Thanks, Pete, and thank you to all our partners that are here today from our first responder community, elected officials, economic development officials, and of course Greenlight. It's truly a pleasure to have you here in our town. And you know, Clifton Park has been selected for investment by high-profile companies, the first place in the capital region, or sometimes an even wider area, where businesses have decided to locate. So the fact that Greenlight has chosen Clifton Park, I think you're a good company. I think you made a great choice, and we're very pleased to have you here. This kind of investment is very important for many reasons. It's a technological advancement. It's a service that people use and depend on each and every day, and having that additional option to secure those services in their homes and businesses is incredibly important. And so we're just very glad to have Greenlight here in Clifton Park. We look forward to future partnership. I just told Mark Murphy, the CEO, that you know, they have obviously identified certain geographical locations where the service will begin, but I'm getting calls from other parts of the town saying, when is it coming to my area? So we'll continue to work closely with Greenlight to get the word out that this service will be available because people are interested in it and they do want to know what the estimated time of arrival might be. So since the fall of 2021, we've been working with Greenlight and trying to get as much information out about what will be transpiring as they move forward. So again, we're very, very pleased to have you here in our community. And again, want to thank all of our partners here today. Thank you, Pete, for putting this together. And we look forward to a long partnership. Thank you.
I like what he said about choosing to come here, because that's what I did. I chose to come to Clifton Park, and it's interesting, my family talks about it all the time, because you look out the windows here and it looks, we're not, you know, it doesn't look like we're too close to anything, yet Clifton Park is close to everything. And that's one of the cool things about it. Now I'm talking physically, of course, but thanks to this program, we're going to be close to everything in other ways and connected even better. So that's one of the most exciting things that you can say about living here in this community. I would like to introduce Stacy Agostino. She is representing Assemblywoman Mary Beth Walsh, and she has some words she'd like to share with us.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. This is a very exciting time. And I just want to say that the Assemblywoman does send her regrets. This is a busy time. It never stops. I think the Senator will concur that they're on the go even when they're not in Albany. So we're all very excited about this project. partnerships that are involved, just what it means to be connected is so important. And like everyone has said so far, COVID has shown us that this is something that we needed. And I will put in a little plug for a lovely little community just just west of here, a little lovely town, a sleepy community of Glenville, and I know that our constituents in the 112th district are going to be clamoring for this kind of connection too. So I hope to see this expand because it sounds like a great program and something that we can all benefit from. So although because of scheduling mix-ups that we had today, I come empty-handed, but I just want you to know that we are so full of gratitude for this project, for choosing this area, and we're excited to be a partner, and we look forward to working with Greenlight and on this project, whatever you might need from the state, and also future projects down the road. So again, thank you.
We very much do appreciate you working in partnership with our elected officials, so please do tell the Assemblywoman we appreciate her kind words and your being here today. And we also appreciate our state senator, Jim Tedisco, who is here today, and he has something as well. And you know, it's funny, we tease we're the road show, right? How often we go to these things. But it's fun because it's nice to be at events like this because we're celebrating new beginnings. And that's what we do a lot of. And Jim's had a lot of new beginnings in his long and storied career, so come on up here.
Okay. This is for tall guys. Well, welcome to the 49th Senatorial District. And soon to be the 44th. It could change tomorrow, we don't know, but this redistricting is going crazy. But we appreciate so much Greenlight being here. Now, the first thing I have to apologize for is being in a bit of disarray, and I'm going to have to leave, I told you, at 10:30 because I have a grant I'm presenting in another part of this district. It's 4,000 square miles. But the other thing is that, has anybody ever had their whole inside of their house painted? Okay? When your wife tells you it'll take a day and a half or two, this is day 6 right now. Okay? So you see this little bump on my head? Yeah, when the furniture's all in disarray, it's like an obstacle course. I ran my head into it this morning. Okay, so it's got to be finished shortly, or I'm buying an interest in a hotel. I can't keep doing that. So, but I want to say that this is especially important, and I'm not surprised it's happening in Saratoga County in Clifton Park. You got a great supervisor, you got a great governing body. They're innovative here. They're innovative in all of Saratoga County. This county is the jewel of the counties in New York State. And they're to be thanked, and we appreciate you so much for your service, Supervisor. I think he really deserves another round of applause. He is fantastic. I talked with Mark, and I don't think I told him this. I told him my district's 4,000 square miles, and this is going to be wonderful. Because you saw during the pandemic, we're talking about educating our kids. We're talking about emergencies in many instances, needing that broadband. We're talking about the way we do medical interaction right now, sometimes using these facilities in the website. It is so important. And I can tell you, I don't think I told you this, if I had $1 for every time I stood up on the floor of the New York State Senate and told my colleagues, you've got to get broadband across New York State up into the 49th Senatorial District. Because the only thing, and it looks like, and it seems like an exaggeration, where we can get an emergency vehicle there. If an emergency happens in a home, a burglary, a fire, an accident, is to use homing pigeons or smoke signals. And I've said that so many times, you could balance the New York State budget if I could get $1 for all that. So this is extremely exciting for me because I don't want you to, I know the supervisor said, expand right out. I want you to expand way out into all this. And Mark said something that I think is going to warm the hearts of my constituents and me. He said, when a new business comes in, you're going to notice something. And I think we all think about this and realize this. The prices seem to go down with several of the other businesses or any other businesses that's challenging you. We need competition. Yes. I know that this year more than anything, and I know it every time I run for office. Democracy needs competition. Good business, good service needs competition. We thank you so much, Mark, for providing that. through coming to this part of Saratoga with the Greenlight organization. Could you come up? I'd like to present you with this New York State Senate citation, just a little commemorative thing. It got a little soggy, but not too bad. We'll get a picture.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd like to get this in there too, though. We're gonna get that side.
Thank you.
We got the evidence. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I know how to make that. Thank you to everybody.
Thanks,
Yep.
Jim.
See you later. Okay.
Thank you, Senator Pisco. We appreciate it. That's typical for Jim. He's always on the go. God bless him. After all this time in the Senate, we appreciate that. And we appreciate that he was able to be here in person to share in this morning. So with that, I'd like to ask Greenlight Network CEO Mark Murphy, come on up and share your thoughts on your being the New York's fastest fiber optic internet provider.
With respect to the senator, I'm going to put the microphone. Good morning. Let me just start by saying thank you so much to all of you that have come out to greet us today in this warm welcome. I would say, without a doubt, the folks in this community have been wonderful to work with, very welcoming and very excited to bring us in. And that's the big reason that we're here today, is that as we looked at the greater capital region, Clifton Park far and away extended themselves from the supervisor through the chamber and everyone else to bring us here, make us really have some great conversations about how we can get broadband deployed more quickly. And so that's 100% the reason that we're here today. And so we'll take you up on your offer to come to areas like yours, although there's a couple other municipalities that have also reached out, and we're having conversations there. But our success is really tied to our partners in the communities that we're serving. And we know that there's a need for broadband, and people are excited to get it. People want competition. We appreciate the media coming out today. Oddly enough, Spectrum didn't send a reporter to cover this event, which is strange. And we look forward to competing there as well. So the news today is that we're officially announcing our expansion into Clifton Park. And again, we couldn't be happier about that. Want to also thank the Bishop Ferry Fire Department for welcoming us here today and for being our location for our new hub site that is going to serve the surrounding area of Clifton Park and beyond. So we're bringing our 100% fiber optic network to this area with the fastest speeds in New York State. And as you heard today, that's going to be something that's going to help differentiate Clifton Park as people look to work remotely, learn remotely, and do other things, including streaming their favorite video in their homes. So by the end of this year, by the end of 2023, we expect to be in about 20,000, or be able to serve about 23,000 homes in the Clifton Park area, about 3,000 this year. And as you can see on the map, we've got a couple areas right now, the El Dorado and Azalea. Let me make sure I get my notes right. Yeah, the Azalea neighborhoods, which are just north of us and a little bit east of us down the road. If you drive by there, you probably will be seeing our contractors doing active construction underground in those areas to serve those locations. And we hope to have service there up and running and turning up customers in the early fall and hopefully even late summer. All this investment is going to amount to about $25 million for Clifton Park alone. So that's significant investment. That's all private capital with our investor partners that we're putting to work. No taxpayer dollars are being used on these projects. The other great news is we're adding jobs to the area. So we're going to be, by the end of next year, we expect to have 25 employees in the market to be doing everything from field engineering. We actually have employee number one, Mark Hitchcock, here with us today, who's out meeting with a number of our folks in the neighborhoods in our Greenlight districts that we're designing. So Mark is out looking for easements so that we can get across private property as needed, working with the towns to get permits as needed. And so you expect to see Mark if we need to get across or through your property to get our service delivered more quickly. But this afternoon we're looking for additional office space here in the area so that we can put those 25 or so people here. But you know, this is a great day for a proud day for us and a good day for the area, because this is creating jobs, it's investing a significant sum of money in the area, and something everybody feels is really important, which is broadband. And so, as of right now, you can go to our website, greenlightnetworks.com, and if you're in the El Dorado or Azalea neighborhoods, you can place an order today. And then we know you'll be ready to go when the construction's done. As I said, construction's underway right now, and we've already been putting a whole lot of people to work. So, as I said earlier, it's really encouraging when we get the support of the municipality, and Supervisor Barrett has been really terrific to work with, along with his team. And so, thank you, Supervisor Barrett, for all your help and for welcoming into your town, and what we hope to soon call our town as well. So, thank you. One of the things that we do as part of our partnership is we look for partners in the community that we can support, and the way that we do that is providing our broadband service to those partners. In this case, and we partner with a number of fire departments across the state to do that with, so we're happy to say that we'll be, in addition to locating our equipment here, providing free internet service for the firehouse to support their needs here. And again, we want to thank them for letting us into the community and making it, frankly, quicker for us to deploy our network and be able to serve the same residents that you folks serve every day. And thank you for what you do for the community to support your residents in broadband. So certainly want our Downsville Fire District for that. Our mission is really to provide the best broadband service in New York. We have the fastest service in New York. And through the pandemic, we certainly learned the importance of broadband for people to live, work, and play at home. And you know, as we add more devices to our house, from doorbells to refrigerators to Lord knows what, all those devices consume a lot of broadband, and people need a whole lot of broadband. And so we provide a synchronous service, so upstream and downstream people are going to get the same service, which we think is a unique offering in the marketplace. As the senator said, competition is really important, and I think by us coming to the market, that's not only going to provide the consumers that choose us with a better option, a better choice, but certainly what we've seen across the state is that our competition also needs to compete. Their prices get lower, their speeds get faster, and we're happy to have the competition, and we think that in the end, customers tend to choose us because they want an option, and you know, they want transparency in what they're getting. So let me make this statement. Our pricing is about as simple and transparent as you can get. $50 a month for 500 megabits per second. That's what you pay. There's no other charges on your bill. You don't have to call us and threaten to cancel to get a better rate. You don't have to add other products or services to get a better rate on things that you don't want or need. It's transparent, it's there, and whether you're a new customer, an existing customer, that's the price you're going to pay. One other note, our network construction does happen in phases. So the best way for people to be informed of what we're doing and where we're going is to go to our website, sign up on greenlightnetworks.com. You'll get regular emails about progress in your neighborhoods, so you know where we're going. This is pretty significant undertaking, and if you have a chance to go out and see the folks in action, you know, underground drilling takes a whole lot of work. They need to be mindful of the existing utilities. A day like today, they might get a little muddy, but it's quite an undertaking. And if you want to keep up on our progress, in addition to our social media pages, email is a great way for us to do that. So, in closing, we really appreciate the support we've received from the town officials, from the chamber, all the community leaders here today and unable to be here today, and certainly the fire district. So. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited to be in Clifton Park, and we're excited to expand in the Capital District over the coming months and years. So thank you.
Now I gotta lower this, man. I thought I had it in the middle, but oh well. You know, again, I just love hearing about these partnerships, and it's really great that you're coming here to this community, and just I'm getting excited listening to the whole description. You know, I mean, we talked about this and had all these meetings prior to this. but now hearing it right from the CEO, just, I don't know, I'm pumped today. So this is good. Very exciting to be part of the next revolution in broadband here in Clifton Park. Okay, now obviously we're standing in the firehouse, and of course the reason for that is the partnership here between Greenlight Networks and the Bishop Ferry Fire District. And so I would like to ask the chairman of the Bishop Ferry Fire District, Kevin Bowman, to come up. Kevin is another example of community another example of community service and volunteerism. He's a busy guy normally during the day running that apple orchard just up the street and making sure that we're all going to have some wonderful treats in a little while as the harvest grows. But at the same time, he and all the rest of you that are here with the fire district are here serving this community and keeping people safe. And we certainly know from reading the newspaper, there's so many times when something happens in the community and it's scary out there, and we're very fortunate to have folks like this here to be there when we need them. So Kevin, please, come on up.
Thank you. We're glad that you are here. It's been a long process. When Greenlight first spoke to us, we're in the middle of a building project. We have 3 stations within our district, and we recently tore one of those down to rebuild it. So I apologize because things are kind of crammed into 2 buildings out of 3, which is a challenge in itself. And so when you first approached us, we're like, whoa, bad timing. But, as you think things through, in our business, seconds count. And having high-speed internet is going to allow us the ability to be alerted sooner than we can through our radio systems. So it's a win-win for the taxpayers of our district and the taxpayers of our community. And so we're glad that you're here. We look forward to you putting that new service in our building. It'll be interesting to see whether your service is there before our building's there, or how that's going to work out. But we'll see how that goes. But on behalf of the members of the Bishop Ferry Fire Company and the Bishop Ferry Fire District, we welcome you and we thank you for your partnership, and we're looking forward to many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, I think we have a little time, so maybe we should see if there's any additional questions that anybody would like to ask while we're here before we cut the ribbon. Anything that our media friends?
If you guys answered everything, I was going to ask.
Oh, we try to be thorough, we do. But, certainly if anything comes up, and we will be here obviously after this is over if anybody has anything. But it's just, this is what we love to do. We love to celebrate. We love to show that things are happening in this community, and it may be a little gray outside, but it's joyful inside, and we have a wonderful place to celebrate this new partnership and this new beginning. So with that, I think we're going to invite our speakers to come on up, and anybody else that should be behind the ribbon. And Sabrina will help me get the ribbon over here.
Yes. Right there. Okay.
Gotta keep going.
Casey's the one.
That's the wrong county.
Well, they keep saying they want to be part of that. You want to be on the side?
Thank you. I was just looking for my end person. Is that big enough? Let me just cut it there for me.
Practice cut.
Is this the unofficial ribbon?
That's the practice cut.
Okay, now.
All right.
How about you?
You're the guy with the scissors.
Fair enough.
And for the book.